Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. In my last speech, I was telling about subject and predicate, tense chart, and the kind of sentences and the parts of speech. Today, I stand before you to speak about noun, which is the most important parts of speech. Noun is the backbone of a sentence. It is the main focus of the sentence. Without noun, there cannot be a complete sentence. Friends, I have already said you that noun is a person, a place, or things. Mumbai is on the shore of Arabian Sea. Here Mumbai, Arabian and sea are nouns. Shivaji was a great king. Shivaji and king are nouns. Rose smells sweet. Rose is a noun. Sun shines bright. Sun is a noun. His courage won him honor. Courage and honor are nouns. So friends, a noun is a person, place, or things. A thing is all that we can see, we can hear, we can smell, we can touch, and we can taste. Rose is beautiful. Rose is noun. Rose we can see, we can smell, we can touch. Curry is tasty. Curry we can see, we can touch, we can taste. So noun consists of things. Think means all objects that we can perceive, that we can see, hear, touch, smell, and taste. Noun also includes the things that we can think but cannot perceive. For example, his courage won him honor. So courage and honor we can think but we cannot perceive. They are invisible but we can think of those things. So friends, noun is classified into certain parts. The first is the common noun. Common noun is a noun that is common to everybody, everyone who is in the same class or same kind. Common noun is common to everyone of the same kind. Akbar was a great king. So king was the common noun. It includes not only Akbar but all kings. Sri Narendra Modi was the ablest Prime Minister of India. So the Prime Minister is a common noun which includes all Prime Ministers. So common noun is a noun that is common to everybody of the same kind or class. Rose is a beautiful flower. Flower is a common noun which includes not only rose but all flowers. Ganges is a holy river. So river is a common noun which includes not only Ganges but also all rivers. So common noun is said by all. Common noun is sharing. Everybody said the noun. Ram is a brave boy. Boy is a common noun. The boy is said by not only Ram but all boys. So boys is a common noun. Sita is a devout girl. So the girl is said by not only Sita but all girls. So common noun is said by all. Proper noun is the name of a specific person or place. Shivaji was a great king. Shivaji was proper noun because it is the name of a specific person. Mumbai is on the shore of the Arabian Sea. Arabian was a proper noun because it is the name of a specific sea. Kolkata is on the bank of river Hooghly. Hooghly is a proper noun because it is specific name of a river. Sita is a devout girl. Sita is a proper noun because Sita is the name of a girl. So common name and proper name is all correct. Sometimes, friends, proper names are also used as common names. I am making the standard little bit of high, assuming that my viewers are not all above college standard. So friends, sometimes proper noun is also used as common noun. For example, Kalidas was regarded as Shakespeare of India. In this sentence, Kalidas was proper noun, but Shakespeare is common noun. Although Shakespeare is proper noun, for example, Shakespeare was greatest of all dramatists. In this sentence, Shakespeare is proper noun. But Kalidas is considered as Shakespeare of India. Here Shakespeare is common noun. Vikramaditya was regarded as the Solomon of India. Here Vikramaditya is proper noun, but Solomon is common noun. Solomon was the wisest king. Here Solomon is proper noun, but Vikramaditya was considered as the wisest king of India. Here Solomon is the common noun. So there are the instances in which proper noun is also used as a common noun. Now I said you about common noun, about proper noun. Now I will tell you about collective noun. Collective noun is the number of all persons or things spoken together and taken as one whole. Collective noun is the number of all persons taken and spoken together as one whole. For example, jury. Jury is the collection of judges. Crew. Crew is the collection of sailors. Pride of lions. All lions taken together is called a pride. So friends, when we call jury, we don't say jury of judges. Jury itself means that it is a collection of judges. So when we say the crew, we don't say crew of sailors, because crew itself means all the collection of the sailors in a ship, or the collection of the people on an aeroplane. So we will call it the crowd. So crowd is a collection of people. But we don't say crowd of people, we say crowd. So collective noun is a noun which consists of a number of people taken and spoken as a whole. So that is collective noun. So collective noun is called the jury, is a collection of judges. Crew is a collection of sailors. Crowd is the collection of people. So let us say police dispersed the crowd. It means police dispersed all the people who are standing on a particular place. The jury given a verdict. Means the whole collection of judges gave a judgment. So then we call the crew organized the ship. Means all sailors organized the ship. There is the collective nouns. There are hundreds and thousands of collective nouns. Then the second one, the next one, the fourth one, which is most important, that is called abstract noun. Abstract noun is the quality, action and state of a noun which is not related to the object of that noun. Abstract noun is the name of quality, action or state other than the particulars related to the noun. For example, brave. Ram is a brave boy. Here, brave is not abstract noun, brave is adjective because it adds to the quality of the noun Ram. But Ram is known as bravery. In this, bravery is the abstract noun because bravery is a noun which is not related to not only to particularly Ram but to all boys who are known as bravery. Abstract noun is divided into three parts. One is abstract noun quality, another is abstract noun action, third one is the abstract noun state. Abstract noun quality: kindness, darkness, whiteness, boldness, brevity, heroism, cowardice. They are all abstract nouns of quality. Wisdom. Now, abstract noun of action is theft. That is the action of stealing. Movement, the action of moving. Judgment, the action of giving a judgment. So, this is the laughter, the action of living. So, laughter, theft, movement, judgment, they are the abstract nouns of action. But verb, I was telling you in my last class the definition of the verb. Verb is an action word. Now this is the abstract noun of action. Verb is an action word. You may be thinking why, how two times the action came. So now I am telling you the movement is abstract noun. The verb is move. The crew moved the ship. There it is verb. There was a movement of crew on the ship. Here movement is abstract noun. So I said you already, my friends, during the parts of speech, that the parts of speech are the words organized according to their meaning in the sentence. It is not fixed that this word has to be this. So according to their use in the sentence, that keeps on changing. So abstract noun of state is poverty. Oh, I am so afraid of it. Death, life, they are the abstract noun of state. In the abstract childhood, boyhood, kingship, leadership, womanhood, fatherhood, leadership, manhood, friendship, abstract nouns of state. So abstract nouns of quality, abstract noun of action, and abstract noun of state. They are the abstract nouns. So abstract nouns is a very important noun because abstract noun is not perceived by what we see, hear, taste, smell or touch, but abstract noun is a noun that we can think of but we cannot perceive. So abstract noun is very important, and also it is difficult because it sometimes mixed with all verb, common noun as well as adjective. So we will discuss how the adjective, verb and the common nouns are differentiated or formed as abstract nouns. So friends, in addition, I said you about common noun, I said you about proper noun, about collective noun, abstract noun. There are another two nouns are there. One is countable noun, another is uncountable noun. Countable noun is the nouns that we can count. Sometimes it is mixed as common noun. So book, books, apple, they are all countable nouns. Pen, paper, which you can count. But there are uncountable nouns are there. That is important and must be remembered. There are milk, you cannot count milk. Gold, you cannot count gold. Oil, you cannot count. Sugar, you cannot count. So the rule to remember is that when uncountable noun comes, there is no plural. There is no S. We say go and bring milk. We don't say go and bring milks. Go and bring sugar. We don't say bring sugars. So, friend, oil, gold, sugar, milk, all are uncountable nouns. So, the nouns is divided into common noun, proper noun, collective noun, abstract noun, countable noun, and also uncountable noun. Now, let us take few sentences and discuss which noun is available in that sentence. I like the honesty of the boy. So, here honesty is the abstract noun. Heroism of the ordinary man impressed me. Here, heroism is the abstract noun. Ordinary is abstract noun, but man is common noun. Heroism of ordinary man impressed me. A man is known for his noble qualities. Here, man is common noun. Health is only useful for happiness. There is no happiness without health. Here, both happiness and health are. Here, happiness is the abstract noun, but health is the common noun. There is no happiness except health. There is no happiness. So, here, health is common noun and happiness is a proper noun. Wisdom is more desirable than strength. Here, wisdom and strength both are abstract nouns. So, the elephant has great strength. Elephant is common noun, but strength is abstract noun. So, these are a boy arrived on the ship. Boy and ship both are common noun. The jury delivered the verdict. Jury is the collective noun, verdict is the common noun. The pride of lions go in the forest. So, pride is a collective noun. So, friends, in a one sentence, there may be collective noun, there may be abstract noun, there may be common noun, there may be proper noun, there may be combination of nouns. We have to find out which is proper noun, which is abstract noun, which is common noun, and which is collective noun. In a sentence, you will find that all kinds of nouns will be available in a sentence according to our use. So, now take out, for example, few words which is coming back to the abstract noun. How abstract noun is formed from adjective. Abstract noun can be formed from adjective. Abstract noun can be formed from verb. Abstract noun can also be formed from common noun. So, abstract noun from adjective. Long. Long is the adjective. Abstract noun is length. This has to be, it is a very useful for our grammars here. So, strong. I am told this side is the adjective and this side is the abstract noun. Strong, strength. Long, length. Wide, width. Broad, breadth. High, height. Young, youth. High, height. Poor, poverty. Tenant, tenancy. So, these are the words from which the abstract noun is formed from the adjectives. Now, let us use abstract noun and adjectives in a sentence by changing. So, let us take long. Life is a long journey. Here, long is adjective. Man is known not by length of his life. Here, length is abstract noun. The same word, strong. Elephant is known for his strength. Here, strength is abstract noun. Elephant is a strong animal. Here, strong is adjective. I said you friends in my last lecture that adjective is used to add to the meaning of the noun. But abstract noun is a word used as quality, action, or state. So the difference is clear, but its use is different like that. Broad. In the broad highway, the car rode. The breadth of the road was enough. Wide. The field is wide. Width of the field is enough. Then height. The wall is high. The height of the wall can be mounted. Noble. Ram was a noble king. Nobility of King Ram is a legend. He is a legend. Adjective. Ram was a king known as a. So, dark. The roads are dark. The darkness of the road is invisible. Abstract noun, depth. Abstract noun, depth. The depth of the ocean cannot be fathomed. Adjective, deep. Ocean is deep. So, human. Adjective. Ram is a great human being. Humanity of Ram is a legend. So the same meaning is also appearing same, but the words are used as adjective as well as abstract noun. The tenant was given a notice. The tenancy was forfeited. So, friends, these are the sentences in which the abstract noun is derived from the original word adjective, or adjective is derived from the conditional. He is a good person. Good is adjective. So, friends, here coming to the point of abstract noun formed from verb. Laugh is the verb. Abstract noun is laughter. Laughter is the best medicine for health is the abstract noun. He laughed is the verb. Believe is the verb. Abstract noun is belief. You believed me. Then your belief in me I recognize. So, abstract noun from the verb words. The crew moved. Moved was the verb. The movement of the crew was stopped. He judged me. The judged was verb. His judgment was praiseworthy. Judgment was abstract noun. He died. Die was the verb. His death could not take away his great work. Death is the abstract noun. We live. Live is the verb. Our life is known by our deeds. Life is the abstract noun. So, the same word, verb, can also be used as a persevere. Consistent human beings persevere and progress in life. It is known as the persevere is verb. Then Lincoln was known for his perseverance. Here perseverance is the abstract noun based from the word persevere. Ram succeeded King Dasarath. Succeeded here is the complete noun. Then it is coming for discovery of the island was remarkable. Discovery is abstract noun. Columbus discovered America. Discovered was verb. So, discovery was abstract noun Discovered was verb. Movement is abstract noun. Move was verb. Death is abstract noun. Die is verb. Life is abstract noun. Live is verb. This is the difference as well as the similarities between the abstract noun and the verbs. So, defend is a verb. Defense is the abstract noun. Choose is a verb. Choice is the abstract noun. So there are hundreds and hundreds and thousands of abstract nouns are there, which can be also done from the verbs. So now abstract noun can also be made from common noun. Noun from noun. Abstract noun from common noun. Man, common noun. Manhood, abstract noun. Father, common noun. Fatherhood, abstract noun. Mother, common noun. Motherhood, abstract noun. King, common noun. Kingship, abstract noun. Friend, common noun. Friendship, abstract noun. Leader, common noun. Leadership, abstract noun. So, abstract nouns can also be made from common noun and vice versa. So, if abstract nouns can also be made from common noun, so common nouns also can be made from abstract noun. So, abstract noun and common noun, they all can be put together. So, here infant, infancy, they are all, this is the common noun, abstract noun, proper noun, collective noun, countable noun and uncountable noun. Now friends, coming to the question of the parts of speech of which is a part of a noun, the same words in my last lecture also I said that there are words upon their use in a sentence we have to ascertain they belong to which parts of speech. They came soon after. In this sentence, after is the adverb because it adds to the quality of the verb came. They came after us in this sentence. After is preposition because it shows relationship between they and us. They came after we had left. Here after is a conjunction because it joins two sentences. They came and we had left. They came after we had left. So friends, let us take certain few examples of words, how they change in different sentences. Still water runs deep. Here still is adjective because it adds quality of the noun water. They still live in that house. Same word still. Still water runs deep, still is adverb. They still live in that house. Here still is adverb because it adds to the quality of the verb lives. He is on the committee. Here on is preposition because he and committee, the relationship he shows. The relationship between he and committee, the preposition on shows. Life moves on. Here on is adverb because it adds to the meaning of the verb moves. He was 10 yards off me. He is 10 yards off me. In this sentence, off is preposition because it shows the relationship between he and me. But the wheels came off. Here, off is adverb because it adds to the meaning of the verb came. This story is about a battle. In this sentence, about is preposition because it shows relationship between story and battle. It weighs about a pound. Here, about is adverb because it adds to the meaning of the verb ways. Muslims fast in the month of Ramzan. Here, fast is verb because it is an action word done by Muslims. He keeps a fast for 1 week. Here, fast is noun because it is a thing. Take rest for a while. It is the most difficult sentence to understand the parts of it. While is noun here, but because it is about a thing, rest. Take rest for a while. Here, while is noun because it is about the thing that is rest. I will watch the movie while you sleep. Here, while is a conjunction because it joins two sentences. I will watch the movie, you sleep. I will watch the movie while you sleep. While is a conjunction because it joins two sentences. I will watch the movie, you sleep. I will while away my evening with books. Here, while is verb because it is action word. Same word while used as a noun, as a verb, as well as a conjunction. I will while away my evening with books. The meaning of the sentence is that in the evening I will engage myself reading a book. After the storm comes calm. It is very difficult that the sentence begins with preposition after. After the storm comes calm. Here, after shows relationship between calm and storm, so that after become preposition even if it begins in the first of the sentence. So, if you little bit modified that the calm comes after storm, then it is one can guess, but after storm comes calm, there it is difficult to realize that after is a preposition. The after effect of drug is not good. Here after is an adjective because it adds to the meaning of the noun effect. After effect of the drug is not good. Here effect is a noun and after adds to the meaning of the word effect. So after is an adjective, but there after the storm comes calm, after is a preposition because it indicates, it shows a relationship between a noun and a noun. So this is the English grammar, my friends. It is my study and research is based on the famous grammar book Renan Martin, which is one of my favorite book. And in this book, there is the nouns is written. And also, I request all of you to go through that one and read this book, friends. I will tell you a story. Which is, I love telling stories and from the very beginning. So one of the story which is related to today's lecture, the story is that one accomplished mason was there. That mason was an accomplished mason. He has built many buildings, landmark buildings. He was big demand. Then after doing a lot of he become frustrated. He said, I don't want to work more. I will call it a day. I want retirement. So he went to his boss. And the boss is a huge builder and he's known. He said, boss, I want to go. Enough is enough. I want to go. And I have already money is there with me. I will take rest. So then his boss said, do one thing. Build just one building for me. Last building build. He said, I am not interested. No, it is my request as well as my order. So you are still in my payroll and you are my employee, and although you are my star mason and you have to do that building, you have to build. So then he reluctantly went away. Then his main came and said, boss has said to you, to choice of land yours. Wherever you want, prime place, make choice of the land. Material, your own. The best of the best material use, timber, steel, glass, granite, what else you want, take it. Manpower, your own. Whomsoever skilled the labor force, it is all yours. Budget, no constraint. Make a building as big as you want, as great as you want. It is all yours because it is last. He said, why? I am fed up. Give me a small place. He wants one building to be made. I will build a building. But I will build a small and quick building. I will go after that one. Why big place? Why use all kinds of materials? Why to waste? So he quickly made a house at a far away place, unknown place with using silly and cheap material, and he completed within 4 weeks a building which was supposed to take a years long. Then he came running. He said, sir, please take your key, and already thank you very much. You have cleared all my dues, everything is due. So my gratuity and everything I received. Thank you. I am leaving. So by putting the key, he said, hey, wait, your farewell is being unheld. Here, come, take the chair. You do farewell. Then he said, my dear friend, I did not tell you intentionally. I did not tell you intentionally. I was trying you, but believe me, this last building, this house, this bungalow, this mansion, I wanted to give you a gift. It is not for me. It is not for anybody else. It is for you. He got stunned. Boss, you did not tell me. I could have built it in a prime land. I could have built it with the best of the material. The granite I could have imported from Middle East. The glass I could have brought from Italian. The marble I could have brought from marble. The steel I could have imported. The bricks, the black bricks I could have used. You did not tell me. I spoiled. Whoa. Then the moral of the story is, my dear friends, the last work of the life. You please don't think that we are in our 40s, 50s, we crossed, why need English now? Why need English grammar now? What is the use? We got a job, we have got our handsome guaranteed salary. We don't use that anyway. We need only a communication. We can use any language as a communication. Why is the use of so particular, the noun and also abstract noun and also abstract noun from verb, abstract noun from common noun? Why to go so deep, and what is the use of so many things? But we don't know that it may be the last relief of work. Friends, I will tell you a real research that the research has been done that the best 3 students of any school, any class, any section, the best 3 students, 1, 2, 3 of any school, any class, any section, anywhere, best 3 belongs to parents who are good in English. So, the moral is that of the research is that it is a research-based data which I am not saying. So, if we will improve our English, there is a chance is that our kids will stand in one of the position of the best 3. Now, let us come to what is the use of best 3. Friends, there are 1 million schools are there in India. There are 10 lakh schools are there, in which approximately there are 2 crore students are reading. Among 130 crore population of this subcontinent, there are 2 crore students. How they arrived at this data? They did that if life expectancy is 67 years in India, and if there are 130 crore people are there are approximately 1.7 crore to 2 crore to 1 crore 50 lakh students. In that range it is coming. Let us assume there are 2 crore students in every age. There are 2 crore human beings in every age. 1 year old, 2 crore children, 67-year-old, 2 crore children, 2 crore old men, and in every year, 2 crore, 2 crore, 2 crore, 2 crore, 2 crore, 2 crore coming. It putting together become 130 crore because life expectancy divided from the total population of country is human beings in every year. Let us put 18 years old 2 crore students. 18 years old 2 crore students are there. From those 2 crore students, 18 lakh students sat for the coveted India's toughest exam, IIT JEE Advanced. Out of 18 lakh students who write IIT JEE entrance, only 4,500 seats are there in the reputed 6 older IITs of India: Mumbai, Kharagpur, Chennai, Delhi, Guwahati, Kanpur. 4,500 students out of 18 lakh, so it is 1 in 4,000. NEET, coveted medicals, there are only 3,500 top class medical college seats are there in India. 15 lakh students go. Indian Administrative Service, 150 vacancies are there. 5 lakh students appear. There are total 900 vacancies are there, but that is civil service. Only IAS 150. Let us put all 900 together, although it includes all 20 plus cadets, but there are 900 vacancies of civil service, 5 lakh students. So the average, the competition at that level is roughly 1 in 5,000. 4,999 will be shown the door to let in just one here. My daughter Smruti, in the year 2014, when she appeared for IIT JEE, 18 lakh students gave there. Along with that, she appeared and she went into the India's number 1 IIT, and today I am proud to say that she got a prestigious scholarship in the US that is called IPS, Indian Peace Award, that is consisting of $12,000. Then she has written more than 20 research prestigious journal articles along with the authors who are renowned professors and doctors, surgeons in the world-class medical colleges and universities like Harvard, MIT, Stanford, then all these universities is writing there. So friends, it happens from one stage that from an early childhood, if we keep the standard of our child high, then only by the time of 18, she will achieve her dream, because after 18, she will go to the hostel. At that time, we should behave our children as friends. All our fatherhood, the control must leave when she is becoming 18 years old. Upper limit is fixed, 18. Below limit, when I have seen many of my friends who say that I want to go to feast, I want to organize certain kinds of, the ceremonies, I have to go to the many places like that, taking a break from the school. I have seen people going, I have seen people not taking the children's education seriously, and I have seen people who are making a lot of excuses, and later on they say, there's a destiny and all those things. I am giving you one thing from my own life, that there is no destiny outside. It is all inside our only. So friends, this English education, this English teaching, it is useful. I have prepared it in such a way that it is useful for all kinds of people. It is not only useful for the students who are appearing exams in their school, but also to those who want to improve their speaking English, also those who want to develop their personality, because personality development in English speaking are closely considered as one related to another, because most of the interviews are happened in English. Yes, I will tell you the real example of one of my friend. I feel very sad for him. He was a university rank holder from a renowned university, and he wanted to appear one interview, and in that interview he answered one question not in English. Then the member, he saw that he said, Mr. X, your degree is English medium. I have asked you one question in English and you are answering me in some other language. Why? Then he lost that prestigious job by 1 mark, because that they wanted that this student should not be come in. So friends, this English, please don't take lightly. It is very, very important, because our education system is English. Even if we are got a job, our kids are there, and if the kids will come to know that their parents are also good in English, so their standard is becoming high. I have already said you that the research has shown that the best 3 students of anywhere, everywhere, one of their parents is good in English. So it is not necessary. 1 can also be good one. So friends, with this, today I will end. I have said you about subject and predicate in my previous videos. I have said you about the tense, present tense, past tense and future tense, and every tense is divided into 4 parts, that is indefinite, continuous, perfect and perfect continuous. And there are persons are there, first person, singular, second person and third person, and there are numbers are there, there are singular number and plural number, and there are gender is there, that is the feminine gender and the masculine gender. So this much is enough for beginning of that words. So there are parts of speech. I said you in my last lecture that noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, adjective, preposition, interjection and conjunction, they are parts of speech. Each one of them is there in a sentence, not necessarily. There may be one, there may be repeated. So please go ahead, practice. That I always say that 3P of the success, that is the practice, patience and persistence. With that you can do it. Done deal. See you for the bye.